Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, June 19th, 2013. From the Caribbean, the Emailgate scandal causes political tit for tat. A Jamaican is arrested in the U.S. for lottery scam. The OECS celebrates 32 years today. In Guyana, an update to a story we're following. A cop shot by a colleague who was playing with a gun. Details on these headlines and more when we return.
Million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Total Caribbean Network. In Trinidad and Tobago, Prime Minister Kamal Persad-Bissessar has accused opposition leader Dr. Keith Rowley of breaching established conventions in the latest tit-for-tat over the Emailgate scandal that continues to stir political emotions in Trinidad and Tobago. Speaking at a public meeting of the ruling United National Congress, the biggest partner in the three-party People's Coalition government, Persad-Bissessar, said that Rowley's secret meeting with the chairman of the Integrity Commission, Ken Gordon, ahead of his disclosure of the emails in Parliament, strikes at the very heart of our system of governance and the independence of our institution in that country. She goes on to say, I am of the view that the opposition leader acted improperly and in breach of established conventions. As I leave here tonight, I ask whether Dr. Rowley should not be charged for misconduct in public office, she told supporters in the UNC Stronghold constituency for Chaguanas West on Monday night. A Jamaican working in the U.S. was yesterday arrested and offered $250,000 bail for his alleged role in a lottery scam. Damian Al Jr. Hill, 33, was arrested in Harrison County in Mississippi for playing a part in scamming 2 victims out of an undisclosed sum of money, according to media reports. The victims were told that they had won the lottery and had to pay taxes to collect. They then wired money to Jamaica but never received a prize. Hill, who is in the U.S. on a work visa, faces 2 counts of wire fraud with bail set at $125,000 each. The Organization of Eastern Caribbean States observes its 32nd anniversary today, with officials pointing to a number of achievements, including the establishment of the Economic Union over the past 3 decades. OECS Chairman and Prime Minister of Antigua, Baldwin Spencer, will deliver an address to mark the occasion. OECS Director General Dr. Len Ishmael said the union, which followed the historic signing of the revised Treaty of Basseterre, creates a single economic and financial space covering participating OECS member states. The OECS groups the islands of Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Anguilla, and the British Virgin Islands. Ishmael said that since its establishment, the sub-regional grouping has enjoyed collaboration on a number of initiatives, and the St. Lucia-based Secretariat is now coordinating a collective plan of action to develop the agricultural sector. This is a follow-up to Monday's story in Guyana. Horseplay turned bloody Monday after a special constable attached to the Tactical Services Unit, Eve Leary, was shot by a colleague who was reportedly playing around with his gun. Christopher Albert, 22, originally of Rose Hall Town, is currently hospitalized at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, nursing a gunshot wound to his lower abdomen. According to reports, Albert's colleague was about to be dispatched for work at the Director of Public Prosecution's office when the incident occurred. Albert said that while in the barrack room, a constable identified as Hope approached him saying, "I'm the bad man with 38. He said that the constable took the .38 revolver, loaded it with one bullet, spun the barrel, and clicked the gun. He put it straight to me and he pulled, he says. However, the weapon did not go off. The rank then reloaded the weapon, this time with 4 rounds, and fired the shot. The injured man said that immediately after he was shot, the ranks that were present at the scene transported him to the hospital. According to reports from doctors, Albert has gone through the worst, but he will be closely monitored. He's expected to be discharged soon. According to his parents, as it was Father's Day, Albert had called just minutes before he was shot to inform them that he will be going home after work to visit. They are adamant about bringing his assailant to justice. Meanwhile, the constable who fired the shot is reportedly under close arrest while investigations into the incident are ongoing. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now, GrecoAuto.com.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with 0 out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with 0 out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You never had to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
I can't believe your mom let you take your car out. This is awesome.
It's time to grow up.
You're crazy.
Little while
Go faster. Stop.
it'll all be alright.
I raised my son to be careful,
Hey, sweetie.
but just to be safe,
So don't you worry.
I got a Subaru.
Love. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Coleman Subaru, 1710 North Alden Avenue, Ewing, New Jersey, or ColemanSubaru.com.
Welcome back to Cannes. This segment is sponsored by TravelSpan Vacations. In St. Lucia, an online survey about the Prime Minister's leadership on the Lucian People's Movement website, www.lpmstlucia.com, has provoked a vigorous response from members of the St. Lucia Labour Party. According to the LPM, and I quote, "Their ridiculous outbursts laced with insults demonstrated their intolerance for the political right of the LPM to question the leadership abilities of Kenny Anthony, and were met with much amusement by the LPM. For the first time since the SLP placed Prime Minister Kenny Anthony on the altar of political adulation, the LPM said it has finally exposed their leader's clay feet." They go on to say, to those who worship Kenny Anthony or are too frightened to question the policies and leadership abilities of the man, the LPM continues to prove that not only is it not frightened of the SLP's Goliath, but also that it humbly accepts its status as David, the LPM said in a statement. The LPM said it will therefore frame the issues of the day in whatever manner it deems most effective in getting its message across to the people of St. Lucia and to raise their political consciousness. The poll, which was not scientific, provided the LPM with a snapshot of how online users regard the Prime Minister's leadership. According to the LPM, this attempt at fraud failed. The total number of honest votes cast was 870. 245 or 28.16% voted excellent for Kenny Anthony's leadership abilities. 240 or 27.59% voted mediocre, and 385 or 44.25% felt that he had failed as a leader. Among other measures, Premier of Nevis and Minister responsible for security, Vance Omri, in an address on Friday, said he had written to Prime Minister and Federal Minister of Security, Dr. Denzel Douglas, and requested him to enlist the support of the regional and international communities to provide assistance in the fight against crime. He further stated that the nature of violent crimes on Nevis appeared to be replicated in St. Kitts and appeared to form part of a pattern which could be wider than the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Omri's address came just 3 days after the latest shooting death on the island, that of Denrick Henley, who on Tuesday, June 11th, was shot. The Premier said this clearly called for a concerted effort on the part of every person in the Nevis community to stem this rampant, senseless killing of young men, and the negative impact it was having and could have on the population of Nevis and the Federation as a whole. The Premier recalled that in the aftermath of the last shooting incident in May, the Cabinet of the Nevis Island Administration met with the Commissioner C.G. Walwyn and Superintendent Hilroy Brandy of the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force to discuss and put in place a strategy to deal with the spike in criminal activity. He noted that he was giving the full commitment of his government to doing all in its power to reduce crime to a minimum to preserve the peace, stability, and security of the residents of Nevis. Omri also called on homeowners to protect their properties and spoke to the steps his administration had taken to assist in that regard. In Jamaica, the 5th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference got underway in Montego Bay on Sunday with a record 700 participants in attendance. These included local and overseas delegates, speakers, exhibitors, and journalists. The record turnout was in keeping with the predictions of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade that this year's conference would be the biggest and best yet. Also, it is an endorsement of the efforts of the Planning Committee to transform the event, which has been recalibrated, repackaged, and rebranded with a change in the event logo and intensified marketing. State Minister in the Ministry, Arnaldo Brown, in his remarks at the opening ceremony, said there is no doubt that progress has been made since the first staging of the Diaspora Conference in 2004. He said the nation's engagement with the diaspora is becoming more refined and better suited to its purposes. He expressed the view that the time is ripe to provide more support to all aspects of the diaspora organization, including an implementation process for recommendations put forward at the conference. In Antigua, St. Peter parliamentary representative Asot Michael has been awarded judgment by the High Court in Antigua and Barbuda against Ofer Shakir and Carib Arena Printing and Publishing, the publishers of the internet portal that operates under the name of Carib Arena. Shakir had claimed on the Carib Arena website that he had been threatened by the sitting member of parliament, but he failed to provide any evidence of such threats, which had been strongly rejected by Michael as malicious and spiteful. Michael's lawyers gave Shakir time to retract his false claims and to apologize publicly, but Shakir disappeared from Antigua and Barbuda with claims against him by creditors. He also failed to file any defense against Michael's case in the High Court that Shakir had made false claims against him and had defamed him on the Carib Arena website. The High Court awarded judgment in Michael's favor and is assessing the amount of damages that Shakir and Carib Arena will have to pay him. For his part, Michael produced documentation showing that Shakir and Carib Arena have been acting maliciously to defame him because he objected to Shakir's offer to the Antigua and Barbuda Labour Party to put the UPP government out of office for a fee of $750,000 US. Michael welcomed the judgment of the High Court and pointed out that as part of his retribution, Shakid is continuing to post on Carib Arena unsubstantiated, misleading, and false claims about him in connection with a transaction with a Japanese firm IHI. Lawyers for Michael are now working on prosecution of Shakid and Carib Arena in several jurisdictions around the world in which Shakid has connections. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now. GrecoAuto.com.